Hello again, Miss Kalk here. I am going to teach you today how to create a poster using Google Slides or a doc and then submit that assignment in Canvas. So we are going to use the Science Safety Poster Project. The instructions say you are going to create a poster about science safety. You must include a title, 5 examples of safe practices, 5 non-examples, practices that are unsafe, explanation of why your non-examples are unsafe, and at least 3 pictures. Your poster can be on a Google Slide or a Google Doc. So before we click the submit button here, we need to go into our Google Drive. Remember to type in google.com, and then if you click on the square with the dots, it will show you Google Drive. Click that and it will carry you to the home page or your drive, My Drive. You need to find your science folder, Science 2020, 2021, double click it. And then you will click New and decide whether you want it in a Google Slide or Google Doc. So we've done some things with Google Docs, so I'm going to show you Google Slides. When you click it, it will open up a brand new Google Slide for you. Remember, it needs to have a title. Now, automatically, it's going to give you a title page or a title slide. So you can delete some of this and move some things around. So once it finishes loading, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we're going to click on this box and we are going to delete that. And I'm going to click on this box because we don't need a subtitle. Now you can actually use this as the title and just drag it to the top and title it Science Safety Poster. Now you can triple click this 1, 2, 3 really fast on your mouse, and it will highlight the whole entire text that you've typed right here. Then you can change the color of it. Let's say I want it to be purple for New Century. You can change the size of it. You can make it bold. Let's make it bold. All right. Now, we have to list 5 rules that are safe practices. So we're going to insert a text box. Okay. So now you can do this 2 ways. You can go to Insert and click Text Box, or the text box insert is actually right here. It's got a big T in it. So if you click that, you can then drag a box and you can type inside of it, no food or drink during science labs. Okay, make it look however you want to. I'm going to squish it just a little. I'm going to highlight all of it. I'm going to make it centered. And if you'll notice this circle here, that allows you to turn it any which way you like. So I can turn it this way. You can change its color. Let's say I want to make this one blue. Okay, and we've got that one. And let's say you want to add a picture about no food or drink in the science lab. So if you do an image search, I found one here I like. I'm going to copy this by right-clicking. Go back to my slide, right-click on the slide, and paste. Now you will have to adjust the size of this. I'm going to make it a little small. I'm going to drag it over here. And I might just put these randomly around. So let's turn this one like this. Let's add a non-safe practice. Let's say our non-safe practice is going to be, there we go. Not putting long hair up during labs. Okay, do that, center it, turn this one this way. Let's change its color to, let's go with green. All right. We can move this around if we want to. If we don't like it right there, we can put it right here. Okay, and let's maybe do a search for, here's a guy eating in the science lab. Maybe we do a search for long hair in the lab. Okay, and actually I just realized there was a person that had their long hair. Okay, so we've got a few pictures to choose from here. Here's a good one. She's got her long hair down, not tied up. We're going to copy that image. We are going to right click and paste it. Let's resize it. Okay, remember we have to also give an explanation as to why this rule is unsafe. So I'm going to go back in here and say not putting long hair up during labs could cause you to catch your hair. That's not cause, sorry. I want you to catch your hair on fire. Ooh, that would be bad. All right, so you will continue to create this poster. Remember, we have to give it a title too. So if you'll click up here in the upper left-hand corner, we are going to title it first name, last name, science, safety, poster. Now, when you have completed and put everything on the poster that you need to put on there, you can then go back to Canvas, click that submit button. Now, we're not going to use file upload because it's not on our computer. We are going to go to Google Drive. When you click Google Drive, you can scroll down, find the document that says Tanya Kalk Science Safety Poster, click it, and then click Submit. That is basically how you do a Google slide. Google Docs are pretty much the same. If you'll remember from the other assignment that we did where we had to type a paragraph and add a picture, it's basically the same way. So you just put your 3 pictures on there. You can add your text. The only thing about a Google Doc is you can't have these statements put anywhere on the document. It kind of lays it out nice and straight down the page like you were reading a text in a book. With the Google Slides, you can move these anywhere you like. You can turn them sideways. You can change their colors, their fonts, all kinds of really cool things. So I recommend doing the Google Slides because it's a lot cooler looking. You can even change the background by clicking, oops, let's get off of that. Clicking background. You can choose an image if you have an image on your Google Drive, or you can search for one in URL. You can upload one from your computer. So let's say I want to search one, or I found one that I really like. Let's do a search for science safety. And let's see if we can get some cool stuff here. Kind of like this one. I like the other sign too. I can actually save this in my computer, or I can go to the URL for this. Okay. The URL is kind of tricky. You have to find a page that just has the image on there. So it's actually better if you go through the Google image search and you do a search for like science safety. You'll notice that a lot of safety stuff comes up. This would be a really cool background here. Or you could do symbols and make your background one of these symbols, like the hazard background, which would be really neat. Or if you found one that you just absolutely like, you just got to have it as your background, you could save the image into, say, your pictures. Title it Safety First. No, I already got one like that. Safety First. Okay, now if I go back to my slides, I can upload it from my computer. I'll click Browse in my pictures. I can just type Safety First, or I can scroll down until I find it. Safety First. Okay. Once I'm done, it puts it in the background. Now, you'll notice that some of the text you can't really read that well, so you might have to move some things around or change the colors. The background, if you do one, just be careful and make sure that you can actually read all of the stuff that's on your slides that you're putting in there. It might even be better just to do like a plain background as opposed to something with a bunch of pictures, because if it's too busy, then it makes it really difficult to read and not really neat looking. So you can see that this isn't very neat. But anyway, have fun playing around with it. That is how you create a Google slide and then submit that poster into Canvas.